What's up, Wayfinders, and good morning. It is Lane here for another fabulous day at Walt Disney World. So on today's vlog, we're going to be going to Animal Kingdom. We're going to be hanging out there throughout the morning and the early afternoon. We're going to just be seeing what all we can do. Hopefully, Everest will be on the agenda for today. Dinosaur we didn't get to do last time. Festival of the Lion King. There's lots of things there that we did not get to do the other day when we were doing our challenge. And because of our challenge, I'm not really putting as high of a priority on Flight of Passage or Kilimanjaro safaris, although if the safari is not a super long wait when I first get there, I might go ahead and jump on. But outside of that, I'm not putting a whole lot of stress on doing it again since I did one the other day. But we're gonna have a lot of fun today, and tonight we are gonna be having dinner. I'm super excited about this at Topolinos Terrace. Topolinos Terrace is at Riviera Resort. It is one of the hardest dining reservations to get, but we were able to snag a dinner there at 8:15, which hopefully means by the time we're about wrapping up, Harmonious will be going on, and you can watch Harmonious from the top of the Riviera when you're eating at Topolinos Terrace. So I'm really hoping that we get to do that, but I'm excited for this day. I hope you guys are as well. So let's go ahead and head on over to Animal Kingdom and get our day started. All right, y'all, so we're off to a really good start for our Animal Kingdom day. Didn't get here for rope drop, obviously, but was still able to do Kilimanjaro safaris in a pretty short amount of time, and then walked onto Everest and walked onto Dinosaur. So we've had a really great, quick start. I was gonna go catch the 10 o'clock Lion King, but the line was out the back of the building. So I think I'm gonna skip that for now, but instead I'm gonna go over to Rafiki's Planet Watch. That's one of my hidden gems here at Animal Kingdom that I really love. So I'm gonna hop on the train, go up to Rafiki's for a little bit, and then maybe come back down in time for the next Lion King show, but we'll just have to see. So come along with me to Rafiki's Planet Watch and let's have some fun. All right, everyone, so just to check in, since the last time I went and had, after leaving Rafiki's Planet Watch, I went to have lunch at Satuli Canteen. Of course, I've been there many times, got the same thing that I normally do, which is a chicken bowl with the noodle base. So I'm not gonna review that very heavily because it's the same thing that I normally get there. Just wanted something really good and really fast because I was trying to book it for the 12 o'clock Lion King show. And so I just went with what I normally had. But Lion King show was just as good as always. One of the female singers was not there, but so that kind of made it a little bit weird at times, but honestly, it was still really, really good. You can't skip that show when you're here. You got to watch it, and I can't wait for it to return to its full, self with the Tumble Monkeys and all that coming back, hopefully here pretty soon. But we're having a lot of fun, knocking a lot of things out. Right now I'm walking through the trails because, I've just got some time to kill before we hop on over to the next park for the day. So a lot of people say Animal Kingdom is a half-day park, and it can be depending on what you're willing to do and what you want to do. But if you're willing to do some of these extra things, you can fill in your time actually really, really well here. And so while I'm not going to be staying all day, you can stay all day and have fun, but I'm going to keep going through some of these trails. I'm going to explore a little bit, and then we're going to hop on over to Epcot in just a little bit here. So follow along with me, and I'll see you again in just a little bit. All right, y'all, so we've made it to Epcot now. Don't really have a plan in mind for this park right now. Just kind of buying time until our Topolinos reservation later, just because Riviera you can get to by the Skyliner from here. So I'm just kind of buying, like I said, buying time for that, so that way we can kind of hop on over pretty easily over to the Riviera in just a little bit. But excited to see what Epcot holds today. So we're gonna get some drinks first because I need some water for sure, and maybe like a Powerade or something. And then we're just gonna go ride some rides and have some fun. So here we go. All right, everyone, so I'm here at Disney's Riviera Resort. I'm so excited because I'm about to have dinner at Topolinos Terrace. This is one that is very famous for its breakfast because you get to meet Mickey Mouse in his little artist outfit and all that, and looks really good. But dinner is also a very high commodity here. It's very hard to get a reservation. I was super excited when I was able to score one. Don't know if Harmonious is going to work out. It's been kind of rainy all day today, so, or at least through the evening, so I don't know if it's going to rain out Harmonious or not. But if we do get to view the fireworks from the top of Topolinos, I'll make sure you guys get to see that. But I'm super excited for this meal. They are famous for their steak, but of course I had steak last night. The meal I'm having tomorrow I'm even more excited about, so I'm not going to be eating steak tonight, but we're going to definitely get something that's really, really good as well. I'm excited for this meal. There is a dress code for dinner. There's not one for breakfast, but there is one for dinner, so that's why I'm wearing a collared shirt tonight, because we have to dress up a little bit for dinner. But it's okay because it's going to be worth the meal. And with dress codes, they're not all, just so you guys know, they're not always the strictest with dress codes here at the park. Just as long as you're not wearing like a swimsuit and like flip-flops to, you know, dinner, you're probably going to be fine. But if they do ask for a dress code, I usually try to abide by it just to be respectful. But just to say, but if you're showing up in your, you know, your gym shorts and like a t-shirt, as long as you're not wearing like a hat or anything like that, you're probably fine. So, but I'm excited to head up in just a second, get checked in, and I'll let you guys follow along with me. So here we go. All right, my friends, we are back. We are done with our day. Overall, this was a really fun day. I'm really happy with how today went. We had a great day at Animal Kingdom, hopped over to Epcot, and, you know, just kind of explored a little bit, did a lot of the shows that I don't normally get to hit, and just had a really good time. And then had an absolutely incredible evening, starting with Topolinos Terrace, because I know that that's probably the thing you guys are wondering the most about. And let me tell you, I was impressed. The Riviera might be up in my top 3 resorts now. If it wasn't already one that I loved, it might have propelled itself up there. From the moment you walk in, it's just so nice. It smells so good. I mean, there's just artwork all over the place, old movie posters. There's a beautiful painting of Cinderella's castle, you know, in there. And just, I mean, the whole atmosphere of it as a resort in general is really, really awesome. And it's just lovely to be there. And then actually going up to Topolinos Terrace, which is on the top floor of the resort, I was absolutely blown away from the moment you walk in. I mean, it's hard to believe that there's a character dining experience there in the morning, because when I think character dining, I think, you know, kind of a fun atmosphere, one that's really light and, you know, relaxed, fun theming all over the place. And while I'm not sure how it works for breakfast, because I haven't done breakfast there before, it's hard to believe that that's in there based off of what's in the room when you come for dinner. Because it's so elegant, it's so nice, it's so upscale. I mean, when you're just walking in, you feel like you are in just this super nice restaurant, right? From the moment you walk in and you see, you know, the chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, and you just see how the room is laid out. I mean, you walk in and you are taken away. And then there's the location of my table, because I did not request it. And I was kind of thinking, I checked in early and I was sitting there in the lobby waiting. And then it actually passed my original reservation time. So I checked in at like 7:55. My reservation was for 8:15. And sometimes it takes about till the time you check in, or it takes about till your regular reservation time anyways for you to be seated. But I was kind of getting like, okay, it's like 8:20, 8:25. I stopped complaining as soon as I sat at the table. I'll show a video in there, but the location of this table was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, got a beautiful look at the Riviera Resort, but then right behind it, you could see the barges for Harmonious, and that was awesome. I mean, that was absolutely incredible. Again, I did not request to be there. They just put me there, and so I'm actually very grateful that it ended up just being me at this dinner tonight, because I don't know if I would have gotten, you know, that kind of a table if I was with a group of 3 or 4, you know, but because it was a table meant for 2 and I was 1, you know, I just got a really good spot. And so that worked out super well. And then the food. So I started off with, I actually got a specialty non-alcoholic cocktail. I was excited about it because it was called like a peach rocher or something like that. And of course I love peach flavored things. Peach is one of my favorite, you know, fruits. And so anything peach flavored, I'm usually going to go try. And I was kind of excited by this. It was a peach, soda water, a lemon thrown in there, and some mint. And it was okay. I mean, it was good. I mean, it kind of grew on me as I drank it, but I don't know if I would get it again. I mean, it wasn't anything game changing, and it wasn't anything that I'd say, hey, when you come to Topolinos Terrace, you have to try this drink, you know. And so, and of course I know they're probably more so known for their wine and for their other, you know, alcoholic beverages that they serve there, because it pairs really well with the food. But for me, that was just one of those kind of misses. The bread also was kind of a miss for me. I didn't even take a video of it because it didn't really even look that it's almost just like a straight, you know, long breadstick. And so it's like you're kind of sitting there looking at it, and it's just really tough. It's very tough bread. Like, it's hard to break it apart. It's just tough to eat. It's hard to chew. And so, and even the little sauce that it came with to dip it in, it's like an olive oil sauce. It was not good. So the bread service there is definitely not the best, like, high-end dining bread service you can get. But my main entree is where the meal really took off, because I got the rigatoni. And I know that's one of those things that, you know, for some people it's like pasta is one of those things I can probably make at home and probably make it well. But this pasta was absolutely phenomenal. The pasta is handmade at Topolinos Terrace. They have, you know, they do whatever they need to do to make it, and you could tell, man, it was fresh. It was so good, and it had chicken and mushrooms in it as well, and the sauce was excellent. I mean, it was really, really good. The only thing in it that I didn't really like, but I kind of looked into it, was the rapini that was in there, and I hope I'm saying that right. It's almost like, it looks like asparagus, but apparently it's like some form of like broccoli, and it's known for having a bitter taste, and that's what it was. I tried to get a couple bites with it all together just so I could try it like that, and it wasn't my favorite. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it just, because of that kind of more bitter taste, I just didn't enjoy it very much, so I kind of left that off to the side. But everything else about the dish was incredible, and the rigatoni is honestly the most friendly thing on the menu price-wise. It's about $32 for the entree. Everything else is in the 40s and 50s. So it is a pricey restaurant. If you're thinking about going there, it is a pricey restaurant. And so, was it worth it? Absolutely. The experience was phenomenal, and I ended up getting to watch Harmonious from my table. I didn't even have to leave my table. Even my server came over, which my server was incredible tonight too. He was like, man, you don't even have to like leave your chair. You just have to turn to the side to look at the fireworks. And I was like, I know, this is absolutely phenomenal. So we were both even just floored by how good that seat was. I mean, truly, the location of that table just didn't make the whole meal for me, but it definitely added to the experience of it. And I would definitely suggest trying to get a reservation close to Harmonious showtime, because you can really have a great experience. Because even if you don't have a table close to the window where it's being shown, you can go out onto like the little terrace right out next to it, and you can go out there and watch, and you could probably actually hear the music. That is the one thing about it, though. Inside the restaurant, while it's got amazing, you know, music, it's Disney piano music. So if that's kind of weird to you, then whatever. But like, I was listening to like A Whole New World in piano and almost broke out in the song. But they do not pipe in the harmonious music into the restaurant like they do with California Grill in the Magic Kingdom fireworks show. They do not pipe that in. But if you're out on the terrace, like, you can hear it because you're literally listening to it come from the park, which is just right across the way. So, I mean, you're kind of getting the full show if you're staying out on the terrace. But if you're in the restaurant watching like I was, you didn't hear it, but you could see it. And I think that's kind of a double-edged sword, because on the one thing, it's like, well, it's very soundproof in the restaurant, so that's nice. But also, it just kind of was like, oh man, I wish they piped it in so we could hear. But I get it. It's upscale, it's high-end, it's not probably really, it probably wasn't intended to be like a fireworks viewing location, kind of like California Grill ended up being. So I get it. It's very high-end and very nice. But overall, 10 out of 10 meal. And then made a little surprise stop because I realized I needed to go to Disney Springs to catch the boat, because that's one of the perks here at Port Orleans, is that you can actually take a boat from Disney Springs back to the resort. To get back, I had to stop at Disney Springs because you can't, or I would have had to order a Lyft, and I didn't really feel like doing that tonight. So I'm on the way to Disney Springs, and I realized, hey, you know what? While we're at Disney Springs, maybe because it's a Tuesday, or I don't know what day it is anymore. Maybe because it's, in the middle of the week, it's in the evening. Let's go try Salt and Straw. And so I got into Salt and Straw, and man, let me tell you, first and foremost, the staff there is awesome. I mean, from the time you get to the door, they're super friendly, they're super helpful, and then you get to go up to your person that scoops out the ice cream for you, and you could try any flavor you want. Like, you could try the whole menu if you wanted with just samples. Of course, I didn't really want to hold up the line. There was a pretty good line behind me, and so I just kind of asked for some favorites from the staff. And what's really cool there is you can get a single scoop, but you can ask them to half it. So you get like half a scoop of one flavor and then half a scoop of another one that equals a whole scoop. But technically you get 2 scoops of ice cream. So I got the brownie one and the sea salt with caramel ribbons, and that ice cream, I thought it was gonna all be hype from other people I've watched. It truly was some of the best ice cream I've ever had. I mean, that ice cream was absolutely incredible. I can't even describe what makes it so good. It's so full of flavor. It's so creamy. It's really, really out of this world. So if you're in Disney Springs and you're looking for a really good dessert, go to Salt and Straw. And they have all kinds of different options for people. There's flavors of the month. They rotate them out pretty frequently. There's the classic flavors that are there all the time, but they rotate through a different set of flavors depending on what the theme is for that month. So May is like flowers, so they have like lavender flavored ice cream and all these different things. So it's even going to change every time you come. So definitely worth stopping at Salt and Straw. But today was fun. Today was awesome. I had a really good time. Tomorrow, though, might be the day I'm the most excited about. And I'm not going to spoil it here. I'm going to wait till in the morning to preview it. But you guys aren't going to want to miss tomorrow's vlog because it's going to be awesome. There's 2 things happening tomorrow that I am absolutely stoked about. So stay tuned. Keep up with us. Like and subscribe. Check out the podcast. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll talk to you again real soon.